I got a call from a private number. Your wife's here, my husband. We met for coffee and planned something neither of them saw coming. Stick with me while I share my story. And if it touches you, don't forget to support our channel by hitting that subscribe button, dropping a like, and sharing it with the people you care about. My name is Thayer Calloway, and 3 months ago, I thought I had a stable marriage with my wife, Aloan. That illusion shattered the night a calm female voice told me she was staring at my wife and her husband across a hotel lobby. The woman, Maris Aldridge, wasn't hysterical. She was composed, observant, and certain. We met the next morning at a quiet cafe off Route 17, comparing timelines, receipts, and gut feelings. What started as disbelief turned into clarity. Instead of confronting them immediately, we decided to gather proof. Over the following weeks, we uncovered hotel bookings, cash withdrawals, and carefully constructed lies. But this wasn't just about catching them. It was about reclaiming our dignity. By the time our spouses realized we knew, the trap had already been set. Separate lawyers hired, finances secured, and a final confrontation planned at a family dinner where the truth would surface calmly, publicly, and undeniably. Thayer Calloway's world cracked open when a private caller claimed his wife, Aloan, was secretly meeting another man. The caller, Maris Aldridge, explained her husband, Corbin, had been working late for months. At the same time, Aloan said she was attending book club. Instead of emotional chaos, Thayer chose restraint. He met Maris in person to confirm the story. They compared credit card statements and discovered identical hotel charges in neighboring towns. Rather than storming into accusations, they documented everything. Thayer quietly moved his savings into a separate account, while Maris photographed incriminating receipts she found in Corbin's glove compartment. Weeks later, they orchestrated a confrontation during a joint dinner invitation. With printed proof on the table, they exposed the affair in silence, letting the evidence speak. The revenge wasn't loud, it was controlled. Both filed for divorce the next morning, leaving their cheating spouses blindsided and financially unprepared. When Thayer received that anonymous call, his first instinct was denial. Aloan had always been careful, attentive, almost overly reassuring. But Maris's steady voice told a different story. They met in a roadside diner where Maris revealed surveillance footage from her husband Corbin's office parking lot. Aloan's car parked beside his after hours. Instead of rage, they formed an alliance built on mutual betrayal. Over time, they pieced together lies stretching back nearly a year. Thayer uncovered that Aloan had manipulated him into refinancing their home. Maris realized Corbin had drained part of their joint investment account. Together, they sought legal advice quietly. The revenge plan wasn't about humiliation. It was about protection. When the truth came out during a calm Sunday brunch with both families present, Thayer simply slid copies of bank transfers across the table. The silence that followed was heavier than any shouting could have been. Thayer Calloway had trusted Aloan completely, until Maris Aldridge's call forced him to question every late night and every sudden errand. Maris, betrayed by her husband Corbin, suggested they meet discreetly. At the cafe, the air felt thick with shared disbelief. They compared text timestamps and travel excuses that lined up too perfectly. Realizing their spouses were carefully coordinating lies, they decided to coordinate something of their own. Thayer began documenting conversations at home, while Maris quietly consulted a financial advisor. Their revenge unfolded methodically, securing assets, preparing divorce filings, and arranging for a process server to deliver papers simultaneously to Aloan and Corbin at their workplace. The shock on their spouses' faces became the quiet closure Thayer and Maris needed. The call from Maris shattered Thayer's routine life. She described Aloan's coat, the way she laughed at Corbin's jokes in a hotel lounge. The details were too precise to ignore. Instead of confronting Aloan, Thayer met Maris to confirm everything. They created a shared timeline that revealed months of deception. Maris confessed she once doubted her instincts. Now she trusted them completely. Their revenge was strategic. They stopped covering shared bills without notice, forcing financial consequences. When Aloan tried to access joint funds, she discovered they were legally frozen. At a plan meeting, Thayer calmly told her he knew everything. The power dynamic had shifted entirely. Thayer always believed loyalty was sacred, until the anonymous call proved otherwise. Maris Aldridge sounded exhausted but resolute. Together, they pieced together hidden hotel reservations under Corbin's business account. Thayer felt anger rising, but Maris urged patience. They waited, gathering indisputable proof. Meanwhile, they emotionally detached from their spouses, refusing arguments or suspicion. The revenge climaxed when both cheaters arrived at what they thought was a romantic getaway, only to find divorce papers waiting at the front desk. Thayer's heartbreak transformed into quiet strength as he walked away without a single raised voice. The private call turned Thayer's marriage upside down. Maris revealed she had followed Corbin once and saw him embrace a Lowen outside a lakeside inn. Thayer agreed to meet her, needing confirmation face-to-face. Over coffee, they discovered synchronized lies stretching back to a supposed charity project. Instead of explosive confrontation, they chose composure. They hired separate attorneys and prepared custody arrangements for Maris's son. Their final move came during a family holiday dinner, where both cheaters were served sealed envelopes containing evidence and legal notices. No screaming, just truth laid bare. Thayer never expected betrayal from a Lowen, especially not delivered by a stranger's voice. Maris's calm explanation cut deeper than any accusation. They formed a pact, no emotional reactions until they were legally secure. Over several weeks, they collected proof: car mileage logs, financial transfers, unexplained absences. Thayer realized the Lowen underestimated him. When he confronted her privately, it wasn't with anger but with documentation. The revenge was psychological. She understood instantly that he had outmaneuvered her completely. After the anonymous call, Thayer's nights were sleepless. Maris confirmed every suspicion with evidence she'd gathered. Together, they uncovered how Corbin and a Lowen planned a future that excluded them. That discovery fueled their resolve. Thayer redirected his direct deposit into a new account and changed passwords legally. Maris secured her home ownership documents. Their confrontation occurred not in rage but in clarity. When a Lowen realized Thayer knew, she tried denial until he revealed printed hotel invoices. The betrayal collapsed under its own weight.